Okay, it seems pretty simple, but it's not. The reason is that there is no straight way of recording this macro. We cannot record a macro that will add 1 to an existing value. So we have to write a line or a few lines of code to do that. But before writing the code, let us understand what does this mean. So if you want to make an equation of adding 1 to an existing value, how the equation will look like? It will look like new value is equal to what? New value is equal to existing value plus 1. So this is how the equation will look like. This equation means that whatever the existing value is there, we have to get it first. So 84 is there currently. We have to get this 84. So it will be equal to 84 plus 1, and this is how we get the new value. Now this involves getting the cell value. How do we get the existing value? This is the first challenge we are facing. Now in Visual Basic, the cell references can be typed in several ways. One of the way is to get the cell reference by row number and column number. So first comes the row number, then the column number. Here we have row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3, row 1, column 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly, if we go down, this is row 1, column 1, row 2, column 1, row 3, row 4, row 5, so something like that. So if we want to get the value of 84 in Visual Basic, this is how we write it. We type the function cells and then the row number, comma, column number. So since our value is located in column 1, row 1, row 1, column 1, we type it like this. So this is the cell reference. Now with this cell reference, we can do anything. Like we can copy it, we can get the value, we can delete it, and something like that. Our existing challenge is to get the value of this cell. So we will type dot value. If we type this code in Visual Basic, it will give us the value of 84. Okay, now how do we make an equation like this? So existing value, that is cells 11 dot value, is equal to existing value is equal to, this is the cell value is equal to existing value plus 1 comma 1 dot value plus 1. This is how we shall change the cells A1 value by 1 when we run this macro. So how this code can be read? We can read it like we made this equation. So we are saying that the value in cell 1 1 is equal to the value of cell 1 1 plus 1. So this is the new value, this is the existing value plus 1. So let's make a macro for this. I'm going into Visual Basic, so I'm pressing Alt F11. Like I said it here, there are two methods to go into Visual Basic. One was through the Developer tab, second one by pressing Alt button and F11 button at the same time. F11 button are the top keys on the keyboard, escape button, then F1, F2, F3, and it goes up to F12. So we have to press the Alt button and the F11 button at the same time. So if I press it, it opens the Visual Basic screen. Okay. Now let's create this macro. To create a macro manually, like we saw in the previous screen, we type sub. Sub is the command for creating a macro. Then we give this macro a name. So I'm giving it add one name. And then we have to open and close the parentheses. And at this location, if I press enter, it will automatically add the ending of the macro. So you see the sub, the first letter of the sub was capitalized, and end sub was automatically added to it. Now let's get the cell A1 value. If you type it correct, Visual Basic will give you some hint. So it says that the first argument that we are going to enter is row index. So row is 1, comma. Then it says next argument is column index. It is also 1. And dot. After dot, we get the cell value. So the method is value. It is equal to cells 1, comma 1 dot value plus 1. So that's it. It creates the macro for us. This macro has just one line of code, and this code will add 1 to the existing value. So let's close it and assign this macro to this button. So right click, assign macro, and I'm assigning add 1 to this macro. So current value is 84. When I click, it becomes 85, 86, 87, and let's say it is minus 200. What will happen? It will increase it by 1, so it keeps on dropping. And if it is nothing, let's say it's empty, so it starts from 1. So this is a very small line of code, but it tells lots about the macro name, about getting cells value, about getting cells referencing, and so many other things. So please have good practice on this one, because this is like opening gate to the Visual Basic environment. So I'm giving you some time to have practice on this, and then we will have another session. Thank you.